Welcome back from the break. You're watching NewsX and I'm Asavri Jindal. Well, as India stands on the brink of a second home test series whitewash in 12 months, Virat Kohli's brother Vikas tore into head coach Gautam Gambhir and the Ajit Agarkar-led selection committee, blaming them for the team's steep decline in format they once dominated. His post, later deleted, came soon after India lost 2 quick wickets in their chase of 549 on a day 4 in Guwahati, with another humiliating defeat looming. That's the update that we're tracking at this point in time. Of course, Gautam Gambhir there under lens as after the South Africa loss. So we're of course now talking about the controversy that is looming large. Virat Kohli's brother then stepping in, dropping the bombshell. What exactly is going to take place next is the question that looms large, whether there is going to be any removal or not. But like I said earlier, Gautam Gambhir now under huge pressure. So those are the updates that we're tracking at this point in time from the cricket arena, where we're talking about the controversy looming large. Let me give you an understanding on it. My colleague Siddharth Rege with us on the broadcast to give us more on this. Siddharth, help us understand this controversy, this issue that's now looming large.
Absolutely, Asavri. Look, now the fact is that India has just had a very bad result against South Africa. This obviously was a very new team that played South Africa, and which is why all the attention has gone to the fact that the careers of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma were abruptly ended as far as the test series was concerned. So this statement that has come in from Kohli's brother, he's mincing no words, although there is no other statement coming from any three of these guys. He's saying in this case that, and that this is a very cryptic message, he says that this happens when you boss around, in a clear message that has gone to Gautam Gambhir, which doesn't help his case or the Indian team's case. Remember, Asavri, the Indian cricket team will now be playing South Africa in an ODI series in which all three of these people will be playing part. You have Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma will be playing a part as well. You have Gautam Gambhir who's going to be playing a part as the coach as well. And it's very crucial because we are just 1 year away from the ODI World Cup. So these controversies coming in at this point of time does not help anyone's case. And in this case, obviously his brother is mincing no words.
Absolutely, Siddharth, also help us understand the starting point of, the statements that have been made. Where exactly did it all start?
Well, it all started with, Gautam Gambhir, who gave an interview and said that it was actually Yuvraj Singh who was mistreated under Virat Kohli. And this then escalated when it then turned into a Ravi Shastri versus Gautam Gambhir tiff, because then Ravi Shastri, who had clearly criticized Gautam Gambhir's policy. Remember, Ravi Shastri was the coach of the Indian cricket team when Virat Kohli was the captain, and India's record under Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri in Test cricket has been splendid, because we won the famous Test match in Gabba as well. You had India's record series wins coming in under these two as well. So this case, in this case, when South Africa has now beaten India in India, New Zealand beat India in India, this doesn't help, as I said, this doesn't help the case of Gautam Gambhir, in those many words. So that is how this entire, fiasco has started. Obviously, it also had both Kohli and Rohit Sharma ending their test careers very abruptly and choosing to only play ODI cricket. Gambhir in this case, obviously, after such a huge series win, you obviously will now, all the attention will now go to these two players, because it is the Indian batting which has really struggled in this case. You obviously, if you talk about Indian batting, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma have been a very core part of that test setup for a really long time. So in this case, whether clarification will come from the BCCI, whether there is going to be any further statements coming in, because it's the bottom line is it is not a good win or not a good result for the Indian cricket team.
Right, absolutely, Siddharth. Also adding to what you said over there, we have to also understand the fact that between December 2012 and October 2024, India didn't lose a single test series at home. Therefore, perhaps there are these questions that are looming large on the way this has happened. Why has it happened? Why is the Indian cricket team not performing as well as it has in the past? In fact, joining us at this point in time to take this particular statement forward is Tos Rizvi, senior sports journalist. So thank you for your time speaking to us on NewsX. And I'd like to understand from you the statements that have now been made, or rather the intervention there by Virat Kohli's brother, where he of course questions or rather talks about the way cricketers were selected, pointing to the fact that now we've seen 2 wickets being taken back to back. What do you make of these statements?
Yeah, completely. See, as a cricket fan, if he has asked these questions, definitely these are the questions that needs to be asked. And coming from Virat Kohli's brother, considering otherwise a lot of people are asking, a lot of cricket fans are asking, questioning the decision, the call that Gautam Gambhir, the boss of the Indian cricket team, has taken. Some way or the other, it's Vikas Kohli, Virat Kohli's brother. That's why it's being talked about. But again, it's not the first time. Recently, also, he came up with a couple of posts that raised questions, that raised debate in the media, and that is why Virat Kohli again. I mean, I'm sure Virat Kohli must be aware of things happening. What Vikas Kohli must be posting, because they are brothers. At the end of the day, the things are they are thick and thin in the times of a difficult situation. But then again, Virat Kohli, somebody who retired recently and who was, asked to, maybe it's not come out in the open, but then he was asked to leave, asked to retire, or maybe there were circumstances that was created for him to retire. It definitely raises worthy questions coming from Virat Kohli through his brother Vikas Kohli. I wouldn't like to go into it, but then since he is Virat's brother, definitely questions will be asked to him as well. But as cricket fan, definitely I would say it's shameful and questions are needed. And the questions that he asked were right. I mean, what about the batting position? What about the selection? Why are the specialists not playing? Why are people who have not played who have done well continuously over the last 4-5 years not selected, not placed? Instead of them, part-timers, IPL performers are being given opportunities. So yeah, definitely good questions and important questions to be asked. But then coming from Vikas Kohli, Virat's brother, definitely raises a lot of eyebrows and interesting ones.
Indeed, you started by saying that it's a reasonable question that has been proposed. Do you think the head coach of the team, Gautam Gambhir, would he also perhaps give a reasonable answer? If he doesn't, what does that essentially then mean?
He won't come out and defend himself each and every time. I mean, he won't give replies to individuals or who is asking the question. Definitely not. But yeah, whenever BCCI will ask him, definitely he has to be answerable. And it's the fans who have to make pressure on the BCCI. I mean, the things that I came to know recently, that definitely BCCI won't be taking any knee-jerk reaction. Where a lot of people are asking, okay, this could be the end of Gautam Gambhir. No, it's not. He will be there till 2027 World Cup because he's done well in white ball cricket. Yeah, we have played badly. He did well against England. I mean, who expected India to do well in England without Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli? But these guys did. These guys fought in alien conditions with these same youngsters. But I still believe it's not easy to play in these conditions. Rohit and Virat and Ashwin were around even last time when they played New Zealand, right? In the last season. Still we lost against New Zealand 3-0. Now this time they are not around. We lost 2-0 against South Africa. So yeah, definitely questions will be asked. But the thing is that when the BCCI will ask, that will be something interesting. Yeah, it has to be asked ASAP. But then again, the next test series after 17 months, the focus will be on ODI cricket, white ball cricket now.
Right, absolutely. With that, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast, sharing your perspectives with us. But let's hop across to the big screen over there and let me, in fact, help you understand when exactly, this feud essentially started. We're talking, and in fact, going back to 2013, where, like you can see over here flashing on your screens, this was the first time the feud took place where Gautam Gambhir had mocked Virat Kohli after the RCB dismal performance in Bengaluru. This particular match had taken place at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Like you can see over here, of course, Gautam Gambhir was there with the Kolkata Knight Riders, but Gambhir in fact threw a ball at Virat Kohli, and both were subsequently fined for the brawl that took place in the middle of the stadium. In May 2023, we're of course hopping across 10 years over there, during the Lucknow IPL, there was a brawl between Naveen. Gambhir in fact pulled the players apart, and you can of course see that visual over there of the feud that took place. In fact, the post-match heated altercation, both were once again fined with 100% match fee. So that's exactly what happened 10 years later in 2023 after what happened in 2013. Let's hop across to October 2023, where Gambhir questioned Virat Kohli's IPL records at a press conference. So that's of course what took place, and something that is extremely important as far as the feud between Gautam Gambhir and Virat Kohli is concerned. In July 2024, 1 year later, Gautam Gambhir was appointed as India's head coach, and Virat Kohli was still active. He was there in the games, as we saw very well. November 2024 and January 2025, in that particular span, Border Gavaskar Trophy defeated. In fact, there was a blame game that then began between November and January. Let's talk about what happened in January 2024, where Virat Kohli announced his sudden test retirement, and rumours were of course then looming large as to whether there was a rift, because it happened just a couple of months after Gautam Gambhir became the head coach. In November 2025, Virat Kohli's brother has now of course accused Gautam Gambhir of forcing Virat Kohli to step down. That's of course the controversy, the rift, whatever you may like to call it, that's what's looming large at this point in time. We've of course given you a timeline of the incidents of feud that have taken place both between Virat Kohli as well as Gautam Gambhir.